Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new FTB Infinity on expert mode here. We are cruising. So many good things. Last episode, we worked on the mass fabricator, and I made a few adjustments here. I just piped in all the scrap into this barrel with quite a few upgrades so that we have a bit of a backlog. I do have the overclockers up to 7 in all of them, and they were having actually a difficult time keeping up. So I figured, you know what, let's do a big buffer of a barrel or something, and we can just kind of plug that away. Equally, we are not generating enough power at all to support this guy right here. But we do have about 471 millibuckets of UU at this point in time. So not too bad. I've kind of been adding and starting and stopping it occasionally here and there. I think we're pretty much, let's see, where are we at here? Yeah, we're doing good. This buffer's starting to build up now as well, which is perfect. But I think we're pretty much depleted, almost there. Last 25 ticks of these uranium cells, and I have a few more on me. Our mob essence is completely full already. Ridiculous. We'll have to find a use for that right away. But overall, the mob farm's working great. I got no complaints there. It's working fantastic. Upstairs here, I've added a filing cabinet for potions. I've been getting a lot of them from the treasure bags that I've been getting from the mob drops. So, you know, just kind of keep all those potions around. You never know, they might be in use. And a filing cabinet lets you store anything. So a regular filing cabinet, so you see the 373 beside the potion of strength. Well, it's 373 for all potions. So what it'll do is anything that has a 373, it'll store in this filing cabinet. Okay. Let's see. There's a hole in the floor. Don't worry about that right now. I've also made a dolly. That was kind of a pain to make. Overall, not too complicated, though. Pretty straightforward, just getting the right pieces and going step by step to kind of move around some chests and stuff like that. What else have I done? Well, yes. So everything else has been upgraded. The other one that I did is the advanced filing cabinet here, and you'll see that this has all of my enchanted gear in it. And one of the best things about all of this is it'll store, well, pretty much anything. It's pretty advanced, so I highly recommend. How did I get these in my inventory? What? Get out of there. Okay, we're clear. Okay, good. Yeah, so kind of did that, switched to that. It's working great, no complaints, and it can store a lot of stuff too, if I'm not mistaken, so keep that in mind. We should... Oh, no, we still got more ticks. Okay, we'll just store these for right now, then. I thought I was a lot closer than I actually was. Okay, that's fine. We have a whole bunch of stuff in our inventory, and based on probably the title as well, we are going to be looking at doing a storage system for our V and upgrading our wand with Thaumcraft today. So we're going to do a lot of tech and a little bit of magic this episode, so stay locked on. There's a lot of things that I have prepped in my crafting tables as well, and one of them here is the Logistics crafting table by Logistics Pipes. I want to give this guy a go and basically see what it'll do. So right down here we have a little system, and I just linked off of this system here with some sandstone and gold pipes. Nothing too crazy there. And right at the end here, we have a crafting logistics pipe. Now, this guy should connect to this crafting logistics table. Did it? I don't think it did. Is this not what we need? I thought this is what we needed. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it connected and everything. Is there no power, though? No, that's green. Does this need power? I thought just the one pipe would be enough. Maybe it's not? I thought that this was how this worked. I'll have to kind of play around with it, I guess, a little bit. Maybe we're having a hiccup somewhere along here? I'm not sure. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look into that, because by theory this should work. Like, I could craft this. Oh. Oh, maybe it does work. Hold on. Okay. Let's try a little something. And I want to see if it works. Let's take these guys. Yeah. So, we want to make, let's see, an active supplier. Okay, so we want to make a passive supplier, which is this guy here. Done? Okay, so it's, yeah, that's working. So it's basically telling me that I need a blank module. Boom. Is that not right? Did I build the wrong thing? I think I built the wrong thing. That's fine. We'll figure it out. All in due time. There's lots of little things that I need to figure out still. But having some sort of system like this would be super nice overall. Now, one of the things that we really need to get going on is our storage system. There we go. Nailed it. For our V up here. So, up here, as you can see, I have a diamond chest. This is going to be like our buffer chest. And I've placed out a few warded jars down below. So that guy's going to come up right from here. And down here, I have a little system. We have the Alembics, along with some Logistics chassis Mark II. Now, those are actually really easy to make. They're just a little bit more iron. So let's just find it here for you. Right there, 5 iron around a basic logistics, and that's what that'll give you. And one of the neat things about the chassis pipes is you can apply the upgrades. So for example, in this MK2 right here, this chest has empty glass files, and you need to click on it with a wrench, and this is a provider upgrade, okay? Provider module. And what this is going to do is this is going to apply... provide the glass file to anywhere that requests it, basically. Okay? If that makes sense. I hope it does. Alright. Now, we do need power over there, so let's handle that first and foremost. I decided to give the dimensional transceivers a little bit of a go. I do personally think that they're a little bit cheaper than a Tesseract, so let's give these guys a try. And they're basically another form of a Tesseract, so I really wanted to give it a try here. So, if I'm not mistaken, they should have a buffer. Yeah, we're good to go there. Let's see, send... Is that the energy one? I think that's the energy. Yeah, because that's fluids, that's that. What is this? Filter. Okay. I believe this is the energy one. So let's just go number 1. Okay. We'll do that. We are going to send on number 1. Good. I think that's all that it needs. So we're pretty much good to go. Ready to send energy over. Let's jump on over to the tower, and we'll kind of confirm that right here. So this guy is going to receive on 1. Okay, and this should be getting power. Yes, it is. It got all 2 million power very, very quickly, might I add. So now we have power to our logistics pipe system. So we should be good to go there. That is wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad that that worked out so well. And it might even be, like, it's just as good as the Tesseract, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it uses up power and everything, but look at the amount that we're generating back. Lovely. All right. I'm going to quickly double check on my reactor, because I don't really want that to be going without running. I think we're pretty much at that point here. Yeah, there we go. All depleted. Yes, sirree. Okay, so let's just change this out. We really need to automate this system pretty soon, but not just quite yet. Okay, good. We can definitely automate it with logistics pipes quite easily. So we may end up doing that, because that sounds pretty fun. Oh, no, 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 no. I gotta turn it on first. Boom. Good. And boom. Alright, we are generating again. No big deal there. And we can come on up top and start depleting out those fuel rods. Okay, good. Sorry, little segue there. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to sleep off the nighttime here, and then we can start looking at how we're going to get the V into the jars with logistics pipes. Now, one of the main things that we're going to use is the autonomous activators from thermal expansion. Those guys are actually pretty decently cheap. They're not that bad. Like a couple tin gears, piston. I think that's actually the standard recipe. So I'm going to get about 26 of them. And apparently I made a lot of tin gears. I also have a lot of iron gears, but that's a different story. So that's going to be like that. Now, each one of these four, the first four anyways, are going to require an extractor module. Good. And we're going to need a few more. These are the blank modules that you need to craft these. We're going to need some passive suppliers. And I think actually, yeah, right here, we're going to need active suppliers. Okay? That is the one that we truly need. Active supplier. And I believe this is the recipe here to get an advanced extractor. So those are the two that we require for this system. Now, I originally saw this system done by Sevidus on his stream, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So I'm definitely taking most of his idea from this, so most credit goes to him, but absolutely amazing with logistics pipes and setting this system up. I think it's awesome to be able to combine tech and magic like this. It's just great. It's amazing. Okay, so that's good. So now we need to basically go like that on each one. Is that right? Why does that seem like it's not connecting? There we go. Okay, apparently I have to redo these. Okay. Okay, good. And what this one does, the non-colored one, is it basically can send and receive out of that spot. Okay, so there we go. We have our Mark II set up. This guy's going to be right-click only, first slot only, all that kind of stuff. Good to go. Now, these do require power, and we can actually run power. So Sevidus had the system running power through the logistics pipes. Now, this is definitely something that you can do, for sure. But you need these TE power supplier upgrades. These guys need to be on every autonomous activator, as well as the link to the RF power provider. Okay, so we need one of these, which requires a combustion engine each, plus a whole bunch of chipsets, plus a whole nother upgrade right here, just to supply power to the autonomous activators. Now, we have this beautiful dimensional transceiver connected to our system that I think we're just going to use to run power to these guys. And I probably have to do it on the backside. I may actually change this. Alrighty, so I moved it all out by one and just kind of readjusted a few things so that we could fit in the power quite nicely like that. Okay. Oh god. That is so loud. And annoying. Problem. Okay. Okay. We'll get a muffler. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I did also remove everything down here. Just saying. I did it. I don't know. Okay. 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 That's a bit better. Alright. So, we have our autonomous activators. They obviously have power right here through this line. And we have our logistics pipes chassis. Now, we need to get glass files into these autonomous activators to be blank so that when we actually cook something and it fills up these alembics, it'll fill up these glass files, okay? So one of the first things that we're going to need an active supplier in each one and the advanced extractor in each one, okay? Now, for the most part, what we need to do here is this guy. We need a few of these. I'm going to do 32. So we need this guy, and we're going to say full. So it's always going to keep 32 in stock in there. And you just saw them briefly go, right? Okay. This guy here, advanced supplier, we're going to do the same thing. Full, 32. This guy, exact same thing. We're just kind of going down the process on how many to keep in the autonomous activators. Boom. Okay, 32. Okay, so by theory, all of these, if we had 32, should... Why did that keep to 64? 32. Okay. 32, 32, and 32. Okay, it must... Why did that go to 64? What? Oh, okay. All right, so let's take those out for a second, and let's go into the advanced extractor mode. And we want to exclude glass files from the extraction process, okay? So equally, these will not get pulled out at all, okay? So empty glass files in the system will not get pulled out. So that's good. All excluded, just like so. Okay. Now, by theory, it shouldn't take those. Is it putting them in here? It's pulling because of that, isn't it? It's pulling because of this dimensional transceiver. Okay. Let's just move this to there. That should still work, right? Send, receive on that. Okay. So, let's see. Is that working now? Yes. Okay. That was the problem. Because it was connected to another inventory, it was sending 32 again. But it wouldn't go into the dimensional transceiver because it's not set up that way. So, we ran into a little hiccup there. Okay. That's fine. But so far, so good. So now, when I smelt something down in the alchemical furnace, this guy will continually... It stopped making the noise now. Okay, good. It will pull out the vials, and then basically we need the files to go somewhere. All right? Now, this is where we're going to go up. We're going to start going vertical here. That is not the right place for you. Thank you. And what this will do is this is then going to go up to the next to the chest. That guy right there. And we do need a logistics pipe at the end, like so. And this is going to become the default route. Very good. Okay, so nothing got sent there, which is perfect. We don't want anything sent there. I'm pretty sure it should be working. Let's give it a quick test by just kind of picking something. So what I'll do, because we have it here and it's available, I'm just going to pull out 8 coal. You always want to do 8 things of 8 and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you keep that in mind. So that'll go in there. This will start smelting it down. It'll start filling the alembics. Let's just switch that. You can see the potentia and the ignis starting to go in there. Of course, it's not going to pull them out in the file until there's 8 in there. So you'll see that this will hit 8, and it should pull it out. Boom. Gone. And there it goes. It is now going all the way up, and it should be in the diamond chest. Nice. Perfect. This will hit 8 again, and boom, it'll pull it out. 1 will get supplied in there as well, and that one got pulled out, and 1 will go up. Oh, beautiful. I love it already. So now, upstairs here, we should have 2 of each. Potentia and ignis. perfect. Absolutely perfect. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Okay, so now that that is complete, we can work or start working on the next step, which is automating all the vials up here. Okay, so we're going to have warded jars and all that kind of stuff up here. And for the most part, that is great, right? We'll just say it's great, because it is. We'll leave a little connection there. But basically, these guys are going to go behind, just like before. Boom. Like so. Okay, now we do need to get power up here from downstairs, as well as we need to get our logistics system up here too. So that's going to require a little bit of work on my part. So let me get that done, and we'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, we are back here, and I wanted to show you, I found the right table. It's called the request table by Logistics Pipes. And basically what you can do is you can click on anything here. So for example, say I need an extractor module. You can input it in there, and you can request those goods automatically to make that. Alright, now the problem is, well, it needs to be in the request system. Right, so if there's anything that's not in the request system, it can get a little bit sketchy or whatever. But a great little interface that allows you, I mean, I can just come here and request stuff, just like I do with my remote order, all that kind of stuff as well. So, very good. And that is made in a what's it called? Soldering station, I believe. Let's just see. Boom. Yeah. In a soldering station, and it is basically all these goods, and you need iron. Now, one of the things that you do need to put is it does need to be a part of your logistics power system. So I've just kind of tucked it in the back here for right now. So keep that in mind if you are going to make your very own request table. Again, pretty nice stuff. I'm kind of a fan. It's different. There's a lot of little things there that, you know, would take some getting used to and everything. But for the most part, it's pretty darn good. So maybe that's something that'll work out really nicely for you. Let's head on over to the tower. And I wanted to bring up a little thing here. So I changed out the spot on the bottom of this chest. It's now a MK2 chassis pipe. And we did an item sync module with default route, and then a provider module. And this is going to include everything that goes into this chest. So all of these essences are going to be provided in the system, okay? Equally, I've raised these ones up, and I do want them raised. Obviously, it's not going to be cobblestone, but I do want them raised up. And the way I figure it, we can kind of just go, I'm thinking around the bottom. Let's do the bottom for our logistics pipes. Yeah, so let's go here, 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 here. Okay, so those are all MK2 logistics pipes. Now, this guy would have to be like that. Is that right? I probably need to set all of them before I put down the things again. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just do them all while we're here. Okay, good. So now, once I put that like that, now it is connected to the autonomous activator. Very good. So now we obviously need to get power up here as well, and that'll probably just be running an item duct up for the most part. But what we need to do is we need to set up these guys as well. So we're going to need advanced extractors, just like downstairs. Actually, I'm going to remove this because I don't have an extractor for it, and I'll probably forget. And then equally active suppliers. If I'm not mistaken, this is correct. So, in the advanced extractor, so we want to extract glass files, okay, the empty ones. So what's going to happen is those guys are going to kind of just pull from the chest and fill up the jar, and then it'll give you the empty glass file back. So we need to do glass files only pulling out of there and back down into the original chest all the way down at the bottom. Yeah, okay. So, let's see. Yeah, because they need to end up back in that chest there. Interesting. So, they'll probably actually go to the other chest. We might need to set this up with something else as well. Anyways, so we need glass files. So, let's just see. What did I do here? So, excluded was glass files. So, that means it is not pulling out glass files. We want it to pull out the glass files, so we will probably just have to do an included of the glass file. Okay, and I'm going to do that across the board here, because that means that once it's a plain old glass file, it'll pull it out. Okay, good and good. Okay. We can give this a good test and stuff too here in a second. Then on the active supplier module, this is the one that we're going to be setting up as we go. So what do we have in these jars? I do not recall. Let's just... I don't know if I can actually get up there. Did I make a thing? I did. Okay. Whew. Alright, good. I made a thing. So this is ITER. And this is Volatus. So we're good to go on both of those items. So we don't need ITER or Volatus. So let's go with Ignis, for example. And what we're going to do is we're going to set this guy up right here with our Ignis. Okay, so we're going to go active supplier. We're going to go partial. And we're going to go... let's do 32. We'll stick with the 32s. That seems like a good idea. Okay, good. So that should pull out any and all Ignis, just like it did there, out of this chest. So when I place this one back in here, boom, you should see it request it. It pulls it out and puts it in here. Perfect. So this is then going to right-click it into this jar once it has power. So we do need to run the power and all that kind of stuff, which you know what? I'll run the power right now. Alright, so the power was run, and down here I've also done an active supplier with infinite to keep glass files there. Alright, so any of the glass files that are in the system are going to get automatically transferred back to the original chest. So as you can see, all of our Ignis left. It all went into the autonomous activator, and now it's already in our jar. Very good. So now let's set up our next one. Let's go with Terra, because Terra's one of the fundamentals, I guess you could say. You know, that's kind of what I'm going. Let's keep some of the regular stuff together. So let's do 32 of the Terra. You already saw it if you caught it out of the corner of your eye there. Boom. And you can hear it. Such a satisfying sound. Okay, and this guy goes in there. It'll get pulled out. This is first slot only. That's why it was doing that. I got to set all of these to first slot only. Because what it was doing is it was then using the empty file before it was getting pulled out and continually clicking on the jar and reusing and reusing and reusing it and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to get the Terra going. I'm going to do a few more of these and we'll be back. Alright, so we're pretty much at wrapping up point. As you can see, I've set up air and aqua, Terra, and Ignis. I'm actually cooking up a little bit more coal there because I wanted to demonstrate to you guys quickly before we end the episode what's going to happen in this system. So then I'm going to label all the jars, make them look all beautiful as I fall down the hole. So there you go. We have all of those good to go. We'll label the ITER and the Volatus that we have left over as well. And you'll see that we're now at 48, 56. We're almost done. We're almost there. But the system is working. So the empty glass files do end up back here. But then they completely go back down to the original. Now, one thing... Yeah... No, that's good. So there we go. We've just reached the 64, which is the max amount that you can hold in a worded jar. Awesome. That is what I want to see all of our jars at some point in time become. 64 is a perfect number. Let's just leave it at that. All right. So that's going to give us more potentia. And there you go. Now we have a spare file of Ignis sitting in our autonomous activator ready to go. So if I use some of this Ignis, it'll automatically start refilling it for me without me even doing anything. So my goal is to have a nice big backlog in this diamond chest ready to go of almost all of the essentias. Away we go. Now, this took a lot longer than I realized, so this episode is over. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I really do appreciate it, and I thank you. Next episode, I'm going to do a little bit of prep work, and I want to get into a position where we can make our silverwood wand and kind of tech up a little bit. I am basically out of paper, though. One of those fun little things. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you like this techie magic. I hope you guys like the system, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.